by the Ethan Pond. Just a small little pond, but pretty cool looking. Trying to get going here in just a few minutes. Joe's wrapping up a few things. And we've got only about 3.5 miles, something like that to go. We've got to get down to the road by 7:30 for the shuttle. So I think we'll be able to do that without a problem. Don't think the terrain's too bad, at least from what we've heard. So we'll find out. We're giving ourselves lots of time just because we're not real sure. We don't want to be late for the shuttle. But it looks like it's going to be a cloudy day. It's supposed to rain today. So again, this will be nice for us to be in town. So again, we're gonna have a town day today. You know how that goes. We've got things we've got to do: resupply, laundry, showers, all that's kind of straightened back up. And then we will hopefully get back on the trail Thursday morning and be tackling the Mount Washington. Again, we've got to see how the weather unfolds here. We think Thursday's going to be good, and Friday. So we're hoping that is all going to work well for us. It slept good last night. It got down to only maybe about 50 degrees, 49, something like that. So very comfortable night last night. We were the only two in the shelter. There were two other people with their dogs that were tenting down on the tent pad. And so we, again, had the shelter to ourselves. So that was kind of nice. It makes it easy when you get up in the morning, particularly when you're early. You hate to wake everybody up. And as quiet as you want to be, stuff makes noise. So, but again, looking forward to a quick early day today and get into the town. So we will talk to you all later. Hope you have a great day. We are down at Crawford Notch. We've actually been here about 30 minutes. The trail was much easier than expected. So we made it down here in roughly about an hour and a half. So
the trail was amazing.
Yeah.
Great.
So we're waiting. Our shuttle's supposed to be here at 7:30, so we've been sitting here, had a cup of coffee, some snacks, getting our menu list together, being very productive with our time.
Yes, I'm going to now inventory my groceries.
An inventory. This is going to be fascinating.
I want to make sure I don't buy stuff I already have.
Yeah, that's important. So anyways, so far so good. The weather's holding out. Actually, it looks pretty sunny. We'll have to get an updated weather forecast again. It's supposed to rain today, but I'm not sure exactly when that's going to happen. But anyways, good start to the day, and we will talk with you all later. Like I said, we got a lot of town chores to do, so I'm not sure there's going to be a lot of videoing that needs to be done, or will get done, but who knows. So take care, and we'll talk to you all later.
we both just like we're looking at each other in the video. Like, you do it. No, you do it. I'm not gonna do it. You do it. You think we'd have it figured out after 88 days, right?
You think? Oh, good plug. Way to transition.
Yeah, transition. 88 days.
So this is the wrap up for day 88, and obviously you can tell we're not on the trail, not in a shelter. Although this would be a pretty fancy shelter.
It'd be a fancy shelter.
Yeah. We are actually in North Conway at a Quality Inn.
Quality Inn. Yeah. Little notepads, pens, and everything.
Yeah. We had a pretty short day today, only roughly 3 miles. I think we talked about it yesterday. We tried to get a shuttle last night, and we couldn't, so we would have had pulled up short last night to stay at a shelter that was only 3 miles out. And the shuttle driver was able to pick us up at 7:30 this morning. So we got out of the shelter at 5, I think, this morning.
5 this morning. We were on the trail hiking, and at 6:30 we were at the pickup point. The trail was so much easier than what we thought. We both kept hiking. It's like, man, neither of us wanted to say this is great because you kept thinking the next shoe was going to fall.
Right.
Didn't happen. It was great.
And I think you saw a little video where we were waiting there and made some coffee and everything. So we had a good time. Took time to make our shopping list and get everything ready. But we had a pretty busy day. We got here early, so it was probably, 8 o'clock at the latest.
Yeah, when he dropped us at the hotel.
Yeah, so we went down to McDonald's and had breakfast. Really strange here in North Conway. Some restaurants you can't go inside, or you can't stay inside. or go inside, and others there's not a problem at all. So McDonald's is one of those you can go and order, but then you had to go outside to eat it. So we found a shady area.
Yeah, with the answer. So you wear your mask, you go in and you order. That's experience one. So from there, we went to REI. If you've had your shots, you don't have to wear a mask. You can just come on in the store and shop as usual.
Right.
Everything is really good. And then we went to Walmart, and
It was a mix.
it was a mix of what was going on.
Yeah.
And then Applebee's, you wear your mask in, and then you go sit down and have your food. And then tell them about Dairy Queen.
I wish we'd have done a video. We should have. We missed the opportunity. But they only do drive-through. You couldn't even go inside and order. So we asked the guy at the drive-through window if we'd be okay if we walked through the drive-through. He goes, "Oh yeah, sure." And there was probably 4 cars in front of us, so we kind of jumped in line, and the guy behind us in the truck kind of looks at us a little weird. Luckily, he didn't run us over, and so we just kind of followed the cars. And the guy in front of us, I think, got a good chuckle out of it because he waved us on so we could go in front of him. And so we're standing there. You know, I was driving. You know, Joe was the passenger.
I was like the puppy dog.
Just
Like,
stick his head out the window. And so, you know, we drive up to the drive-through and get our ice cream and go.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun. We should have taken a video of that.
That would have been
classic.
That would have been really fun.
Yeah.
And it was great because hotel, Dairy Queen, Applebee's.
Right,
Just
yeah.
all, all right there.
Right there made it pretty nice. And then spent the day, and then we went to Walmart to resupply, get all our stuff.
Yeah.
And then came back and did the typical, pack explosion, trying to get everything together, get food figured out, get it all packed back in, figure, what we needed to clean, did laundry,
Took showers.
took showers, most importantly.
Took a nap.
A nap.
Yeah.
A nap. At our age, that is so nice.
Especially when you're up at 4 in the to go
Oh, yeah.
hiking. A nap is a good idea.
Yeah, and then good thing is fellow hiker Mr. Freeze caught up with us today, so he is here at the hotel as well, and we're going to try to stay together here through hopefully the rest of it. We'll see how it unfolds, but we've got a plan for the next 4 days that we will kind of stick together with what our hiking plans are and some hostels and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. We went and had dinner, and Mr. Freeze gave us a little trail magic and paying for our dinner and beer, which was totally unexpected, but again, we'll figure out a way to pay back.
Paybacks, they happen.
Yeah, they happen.
But great fellowship
Yeah,
and goodies,
yeah.
and then he's got to go do his provisioning tonight, and our shuttle driver will be here in the morning. at
Yeah, 9 in the morning.
We're sleeping in.
Yeah, so we got a pretty good plan. We're going to go only about 7 miles tomorrow. I think that's what it was, 7 or 8?
7. Yeah, I think it's about 7.
Which gets us to the Nauman tent site. And then the next day, which will be Friday, we will actually go up over Mount Washington and then back down the other side to Osgood tenting area, with the potential of pushing into Pinkham Notch.
Pinkham Notch. Yeah.
Notch. But anyways, it looks like the weather's going to be good on Mount Washington.
Define good.
It won't-
He keeps going, it's going to be good. I think it's good relative, but define good.
Okay, well, it's not going to be raining. It's not going to be thunderstorming. There is a slight chance of some snow.
Yeah.
The temperature is going to be in the high 20s.
And the wind chill will be?
Wind chill will be somewhere about 5 to 10 degrees above zero. So, but in my mind, it won't be stormy, and we'll have good views. So even all that, when you get up there, at least you can look around and say, ooh, and then you can run off the mountain.
But periods of snow with up to 1 inch accumulation possible.
So
So we're like,
yeah, a lot better than today. This afternoon rained pretty hard. Actually, when we were doing dinner, it let loose. So that was good. I'd hate to be up on the mountain when that occurred. But yeah, it could be Friday. We'll move pretty quick to the top, take a picture, and then run down the other side.
hey, this looks great. Let's go down the other side.
Anyway, so this is pretty exciting. As I said it before, we're nervously excited.
Yes.
No,
anxiously
excited.
Yeah.
To kind of get over Mount Washington and down and anyways, it's just another one of those iconic things that we're excited about doing.
It's one of the you hear that, anybody who's done the AT and hiked it all the way through, they always talk about Mount Washington and how you have to be careful about the weather. So we're looking forward to getting that behind us.
We were in was it 2 nights ago? We were in the shelter, Garfield, I think, shelter. And there was,
Garfield shelter.
The 3 young girls that were in the upper bunk area. And one of them asked, "Oh, are you gonna moon the Cog Railway train?" Because that's I guess a tradition for hikers to moon the train. And the response was, I don't think anybody wants to see 60-year-old, men mooning. There'd have to be therapy involved after that. So, so we won't be doing that. Just if there's any question, any doubt about what our intentions are, it's not that.
But we might do something. We have been known to, yuck it up a little bit, so something might happen.
Yeah, something might happen.
Yeah.
We're not sure. Anyways, we're excited. We're ready to go. We've got about 45 more miles, and we'll be out of the Whites. In about 65 miles, we'll be out of New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So this next 4-day segment's pretty big for us, and we got a lot of hiking to do, a lot of ups and downs. It's going to be tough on us.
A lot of pretty steep grade, but it's not a matter of whether you can do it or not. It's just having to get through it and be patient. And that's sometimes, David and I, we've always wanted to get the miles done and make progress. And this is something where you are making a lot of progress, even if you're only doing a mile an hour. You just got to slog through it, and that's what we're having to do.
Yeah, and it's tough. We're used to being able to kind of pick up the pace and average at least 2 miles an hour for our day, and sometimes more than that. And there's always a stretch where you can make up for time that you took a break or whatever. You can't do that in the Whites.
Yeah, there's no makeup stretch.
There's no makeup.
Yeah.
So if you lose, 15, 30 minutes doing a break or lunch or an hour, you lost it. You can't get it back. And it just coming to that realization, and once you accept that, it's fine. But at first, it's like, no, we got to move. Can't do that. So, all right. Well, I think that's about it. Again, pretty busy town day, as they always are.
Yeah.
But we're going to get some good rest tonight, and we'll be ready to tackle the last part of the Whites. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, tomorrow will be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, y'all take care, and we will see you tomorrow.
Happy trails.
All right, we are on our way up Webster. I think we've got a couple more miles to go to kind of get to the top of it. But nice view here. A little bit cloudy today, but they're higher clouds, so that's good, giving us a little bit of a view. We got on the trail about, I guess about 9:45 this morning. And a little bit of a late start, but that's what we planned. We don't have far to go. Again, just about 6.4 miles, and we'll be at the tent site. So we're doing good. Pretty steep climb though. Getting our morning exercise, that's for sure.
Speak up, it's windy.
Very windy up here. We're working our way up to whatever this peak is, and the views are incredible up here, but the wind is just, I think, a little bit of taste of what we're going to experience tomorrow. The winds are just trying to blow us off the mountain. So, all right, well, we're going to move on here before it does blow us off the mountain.
We're on our way up to the summit of Webster Mountain. And here, folks. It's very windy. Very windy.
Gorgeous view. What's the name of this one? What's the name of this mountain, guys?
This is mountain.
Not what?
Sounds right.
Just incredible view. And kind of hard to see here, but the mountain up there with the snow on it, we think is Mount Washington. We're on Mount Jackson. Just a few more miles to where we're going to end up for tonight. I'm just going to wait till then to eat lunch.
Our buddy Freeze, who's hiking with us. Get it? Get this camera working. There's Freeze. He's frozen. It's cold. He's frozen. And then there's, in the background, Mount Washington. And that's where we're supposed to be at tomorrow. We're going to go cruise through those mountains right over there and then head on up to the top of Mount Washington. That's the plan. And the weather's supposed to be a little better tomorrow. That's what we're hoping. But interesting stuff. We'll see you guys down the trail later.
All right, we are at the Nauman tent site. This is the first time that we have set up our tents on a platform, and it probably would have been too bad except for the 20 to 30 mile an hour gust of wind that come along trying to set your tent up. I wish we could have filmed it because it was quite hilarious. At least my part of it was my tent's trying to fly away and I'm trying to hold it down and get it tied, and anyways, so but
it was fun to watch it happen as we tried to put everything together. I've
Exactly.
never done this before.
Yeah, and Joe's stuck in his tent. He tried to get out, but he can't get out.
I just like the position I'm laying in. It's very nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get up and go turn that cropping crock down. Oh,
Yeah, Joe lost a crock today. So sad.
it's a sad day. But somebody will bring the other one here and they'll find a home together.
Yeah. All right, so anyways, again, we're at the Nauman tent site. We only did 6.4 miles today. Wasn't too bad, kind of steep coming up.
Very steep, very
In the
windy.
beginning, yeah. Probably the biggest thing was the winds. There were gusts, we were guessing 45-ish. It would literally blow you sideways as you were trying to walk when you were out in the open on some of the tops of some of the mountains.
So you saw some of the videos that we did earlier, and so after we did the first video at this one viewpoint, and the wind was just blowing. So the next viewpoint we got to, we come, both David and I, we come out of the trees. Oh, great, another view spot! Let's go! We ran for the trees to get out of the wind.
There was no stopping and looking because that wind was just ferocious.
It's crazy.
So, but anyway, so it was good, and then we got here at, I don't know, 2:30, something like that, and had a lunch over there by the hut. Again, the hut's closed. They're doing some training for all the staff, and the good thing is they've got water. They got water spigot, and it's on, and that was kind of nice. We went inside and just kind of looked around. They let us just kind of see what the hut was all about. Pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice little setup. Unfortunately, they're not letting hikers in there or staying or anything like that. But so we're at the, I won't say we're at the base of Washington, but we're within striking range. We're about 6 miles from the summit of Mount Washington, and so our plan tomorrow is we can get up at about 7 or leave at 7 in the morning to get up there, hoping by 11:30, 12 o'clock at the very latest. Do our touristy pictures. The visitor center is supposed to be open, so we can get some snacks maybe, and some water is probably the most important part. And then try to get down off the mountain before late afternoon, because there's supposed to be some rain coming in and potentially snow.
Potentially snow. We don't want to be out there if it's
Right.
gotten snow on the rocks,
Right.
things like that.
So, and looking at it from about 7 miles from the summit as we come down, we'll be above tree line. So we are desperately wanting to try to get back into tree line, back into the trees before that stuff hits.
We were up on Franconia Ridge the other day, and we had a lot of miles above tree line, but not that much. And the difficulty here is the elevations are higher,
Right.
and the weather is more problematic. So
Yeah.
we don't want to be up there any longer than we have to. And usually the afternoon is when it starts to get worse.
Yeah, and they're talking gust or normal wind of 30 to 40 miles an hour with gust up to 70. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
It's what Joe and I were talking about. You just got to be ready to, when that wind blows you, you got to know where you're going to step. If it pushes you off to the right or left, make sure you got room to step.
Or stop stepping and get low.
Embrace.
That's what I did some today up top.
Yeah.
I just stopped and I got low and I waited till it abated for a little bit, and then I scooted.
Yeah. Hooked up with another hiker. You've heard us talk about Mr. Freeze. He's got his tent set up in another pad there, but we're going to try to stick together. Kind of a little funny story this morning. So I'm in the lead and Joe's behind us, and then Freeze is back behind Joe, and he had kind of, I don't know if he took a break, but he was a little bit further back.
He'd also had a hard day yesterday, so he was,
Yeah.
kind of warm
And
up.
I'm just got my head down, and eventually we get off the trail, Joe and I. We followed a trail that was obviously not the AT.
And then it just kind of
It
evaporated.
just kind of evaporated, and I kind of stopped there, and it's like, So we had to bushwhack our way back to where the trail was, and by this point we had no idea where Freeze was. It turns out he got ahead of us, and so as we're getting close to the end of the day, we got all these people that were passing. There were a lot of day hikers out.
Yeah, there were.
And they're like, are you with Freeze? And it's like, yeah, okay, he's looking for you. And like, I don't know, there's like 3 or 4 people. It's like, yeah, okay, we know. And
Yeah.
so anyways, he was ahead of us, and we eventually caught up to him. But yeah, great way to start out hiking with somebody is to get
He's
lost.
like, you guys try to ditch me?
Anyway, so my bad. So that's about it. We're gonna probably cook some dinner here and then call it an early night because it is windy. It's supposed to get down into the 20s, I think, tonight. So it's gonna be pretty chilly. And we'll get up in the morning, whine about it being cold, and get moving.
Yep.
So tomorrow's a big day for us. We're looking forward to summiting Washington and seeing what it's all about, and just praying that the weather will hold up and the winds won't be too bad for us. All right, we all take care, and we will see you in the morning.
Happy trails.